Hey everybody and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and over at the computer is Dawn.
Hello.
And today we are going to be celebrating Christmas in July, because why not? Anita Goodesign July of this year, so this month's. And I wanted to show you guys that what I do is I put the book on my iPad, and then I have all the instructions here. So it's nicer to see. And so the thing is, you can zoom.
That is a smart idea.
Yeah, isn't that clever?
Yep.
But if you wanted to zoom in and really look at the details, sometimes on the computer, I can't really see what is this. So it's from November 2017, gingerbread ornaments that go with it. So it makes it easy. And you can check everything out. So materials list. If you have an iPad Pro with a pen, then you can just write on it, which I just find it really handy to have it like this, for sure. So I've got all my stuff ready. Look at the one that I did just to play around with it. Didn't it turn out nice? I love it. I love it. So let me just put my iPad back in place. We got the chat going on now. Perfect. I try to keep it in the corner there. All right, we're all set. Corner of it shows, but whatever. So look at the bling on this baby. I added some bling, and the technique that we're going to use today is puffy foam. And that makes the icing stand out. But I just thought it needed just a little bit more, so I did some bling to it. Doesn't that look good?
Awesome.
Yeah, isn't it cute?
It is.
And instead of ribbon, I have this lace. And I thought that will be great to use. And just make it pretty. And the back is gorgeous as well. I love it. Even the back is just as pretty. So awesome. But, zoom back out, Don. Before we get started, I want to show you guys what we've been working on. So this is our quilt chat, shall we say.
What are we working on?
What are we working on? We are working on Mylar. So this one is up on the website. Are we catching the bling there, Dawn? I can't see it yet. There we go.
Let me zoom in on that one.
So Halloween, gothic, fun stuff. That's what we're going to be working on. So isn't that great?
I love it.
So Jude, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Deb, Leah, Robin, Barbara, hello. So, Mylar, can you catch the glitter?
You do, yes.
Isn't that awesome? Chris Yost says, I bought it yesterday. Thank you. So we're going to do original, different stuff. You can buy pretty Mylar stuff. We'll do some pretty stuff too. So that's the first one. There is the second one. This is something I've always wanted.
Down a little bit on the screen.
Yeah, it looks better actually when it's flat, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually you catch the Mylar better.
Yeah. So, this one, I love it. Kind of tattoo style. Can you see the, Deb says, I've never tried Mylar. It looks great. Mylar looks great. We're doing it in a different way. So if you look at this one, you can see the Mylar shining through, and we're using iridescent Mylar, but there's also a layer on top in some places. So you get this multi-dimensional kind of look. Can you see it?
I see it.
It's pretty cool. So that's what's going to make it different. And you can put this on just about everything. Anything.
Oh, it looked good on a jacket or a bag or...
Anything like
anything.
that. But the Mylar is fantastic. Different than what you normally see. See, it looks even better when I lay it down. So, okay, then I had to do this one because I thought it was funny. dead inside but caffeinated. So a little spider web. The mylar is in the middle. I like it. Black cup, black spider, Halloween colors. You don't have to do Halloween colors. But the mylar showing through, I love it. I love it. So that's what we're starting. Every Friday there will be something new released. And I'll probably talk about it on Saturdays. But just so you guys know, everything coming up will be released on Fridays. So that's that. Now, which one first? I got some quilt things to talk about. I finished my fruit salad.
Ooh, that's great.
Isn't it cute?
I love the fruit salad.
Now, we had talked about adding ants. And so I made the sashing with big, cute ants with little, they're curly. So this is an awesome placemat. I love it. I love it. I know I could have done the ants teeny weeny, but I just thought it would be more fun being bigger. So yeah, you guys suggested ants. I think it was Misha, so I did it for Misha, and I thought that's a perfect idea. So if you just want the traditional quilt wall hanging sort of thing, just do the fruit. If you want to make it into a picnic set, then add your ants. And I love it. I'm so happy with it. It's kind of fun. It's I don't know, it's just fun. Clamshells made better.
And get better soon, Judy Quilt.
Yes, get better soon, Judy Quilt.
The shingles.
Shingles. Oh, I've heard that it's a terrible thing. So
get better soon.
Get better soon. Best wishes on that. Yeah, it's pretty nasty, and I can't get the vaccine for it again. No way.
No.
I had a bad reaction to it. So, Lorelei says, "Wow, I just love this." Yeah, how much fun? How much fun can you have?
The ants add to it. The ants are just awesome.
Well, in the instructions, I like to share some inspiration and give you ideas. And you can do the fruit in any color that you want. But instead of doing watermelon, you could do melon. So orange with white seeds, that's easy enough. You could do limes. You could do pink grapefruits. Anything citrus, you could put it in there. So you can really, mix and match. Now they're all done row to row. So you could have a row of lemons, and then the next block you could have a row of limes, and then the melon. I just thought it'd be fun. So yeah, that's up on the website, so you can grab it. We'll do a stitch along with it because it's done in a certain way. So yeah. Awesome.
You have to give Karina heck.
Why?
She showed up late and missed all the cool mylar that she'd like.
Oh, well, she can rewind. Yeah, Karina, you'll love the style that we're doing, for sure. Okay, you ready for the last one?
What do you got?
For show and tell?
Ooh.
Oh,
wow.
We love this one. So I finished it, and I want to point out that this is done with a layer cake, and it's 4 squares of it, matched up, everything, moved around sort of thing, just with the layer cake. So hold on, this is the back. That's what I was able to do with the back. Isn't that cute? Even the back looks good. So yay. But layer cake only. And for the outside, yeah, I just sewed some strips together. I think they're like 2.5 or something. But, so each block is you have the top of the next one, you have the bottom, and you have the ones on the side. So all you got to remember is to make sure your next block starts off with the one that matches. But you know what? Even if you don't, it's still gonna look good. So this is a lot of fun. Bigger. I like the bigger clamshells. Lot of color play. What I did, if you notice, that's yellow with pink.
Bring it down a little bit.
And this one is pink with yellow. So I went along in that fashion. These two match, which is fine. So green and pink. And well, it's kind of like a, not really pink, salmon color. And this one is the opposite. So I just kept it rolling like that. And I thought that was kind of fun, for sure. It's a lot of fun to do this one. It's a lot of fun to change the colors, play around with it. The quilting is so cute and super easy to do. So this is this design, which is in quilting, that it's normally pieced together. So all these little triangles plus the ones in between are pieced together. And that style with the little pieces is called pickle pie or pickle. So these are pickled clamshells. So that's going to be the name of it.
That's my favorite so far.
Yeah, Don really likes this one. I love the colors. Looks to be a lot of work. Well, that's good. That's one of my goals, is to look like it's a lot of work. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4 appliques. That's it. So each one is an applique, which is fast. And the rest is stitching. So it's not a lot of work.
It's actually great when you can make it look like you spent hours and hours, but you really don't.
That's my goal of it. Now, I was going to make a secondary applique for around the top so it's different colors, but I thought, no, it's got to be easy. So it's really fast to do the appliques. And like I said, I used a 10 square and it's fantastic. And then you just stitch. So play with your colors. If you have a multi-needle machine, just do the applique, program it in, and walk away, and it'll finish stitching. So are the triangles thread or fabric? The triangles are thread. So the only fabric bits are the appliques. The rest is stitching. So yeah, that's my goal a lot of the time, is to make it look more complicated than it is. I would think if you're doing it quilting or even with fabric, cutting out all these jagged edges would take a long time. So I did stitching, and I thought also that that will give you guys, you know, more color play opportunities. And this is a very traditional style. I just made it a whole lot easier and fun. So think Halloween colors, Christmas colors. How about fall colors? This one's spring and summer because it's all bright flowers. But fall colors, oranges and browns and earthy and stuff like that. It'll take more time to pick out the colors.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. So again, the 10 square, I had a lot of fun. I even did the backing. Looks beautiful. So this will be coming out on Friday. And I think we should do a sew-along on it as well. So you guys can let me know. So that's it for show and tell. Mylar, everything coming out on Friday.
That was a pretty hefty show and tell.
That was pretty hefty show and tell. Yeah, it was for sure. You guys will have a lot of fun, and I have one more clamshell in the making that I will be using. Judy Quilt says, Sue is brilliant using a layer cake set of fabric. Yeah, and it fits. I did an 8x8 square, so it's gonna fit. So your half clamshells on the sides, you can get like 2 of them. So it's wonderful, and then everything matches, and you can have fun, and everyone's like, so long, do a so long, do a so long.
Athenia says, can't wait till Friday.
Fridays are going to be the big days, and we'll let you know if you don't see it on Saturday. I always pass around the link to it. But if you miss all that, you'll hear about it on Saturdays. So, and you guys, let me know what you want to watch, because I'm happy to do what you guys want. There's no point in me doing anything else. So moving on to today, we are going to make these gingerbread town, I guess they call it. Today we're going to do a tree, but I wanted to do a blingy house. I just glued these bling pieces on It's not a big deal even remotely, but this is made with the puffy foam. So I just went and purchased puffy foam, a big pack of it from Michael's, the gingerbread felt. Now this works really nicely with felt, but you don't have to, of course. I also got from Michael's. Now the only thing I don't have for this is the high loft batting. I'm not sure what it is, and I didn't have time to look, and we probably can't find it anyway. So whatever. So I just used regular batting, and I'm going to skip their special stitches, which are really cool, that help you navigate the high foam batting. So, but I don't have any, and I've never seen it, so we're gonna skip that. Work with what you got. I always say ribbon, and we're also gonna need masking tape. So this is a lot of fun. So let's go to the machine, which is my Brother Luminaire 2. And it's a lot of fun. I love my Luminaire. So this is basically in one color now. I am using white thread because the whole thing's going to be in white thread. So you probably can't see the outline. And this is on tearaway. So it's not very often that we get to use tearaway. It's kind of nice.
Can you use a second layer of batting instead of getting high loft?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I just use regular batting and it's good. They just want like more puffy on the backside. So yeah, try it if you want. I mean, it's not a big deal.
Lisa says she loves your nails.
Thank you. They were water nails from last week. Can't really see it. I gotta do them again.
Did you do a bobbin check?
I changed the bobbin. I changed the bobbin. So I have a full bobbin. Okay, so also 5x7 hoop. All of these are for the 5x7 hoop. So I've just got my felt. I'm going to put on my felt. No batting or anything yet. And we're going to tack this down.
Explain water nails.
Water nails, just they have waves and bubbles on them. See, that one shows up probably best. Ha! Whoops. I gotta pay more attention. A little bit off there. Is it gonna matter? Probably not. Hopefully not. Nah. Whew! Doesn't get any closer than that. So can you see the bubbles on it? And it's shiny?
I think so.
So that's water nails. What are you gonna do? Okay, so let's go back to the desk. And we're going to cut this out. So I did play applique chicken, and it's just the tippy top. And I think it'll be okay.
Judy Quilt says felt chicken today?
Felt chicken, yes, yes. Well, I have my bling chicken right at my desk, so we know.
You were distracted by the bling chicken.
I was distracted about talking about my nails. That's what I was distracted about. Now, I am going to make a little change on this one, and I'm going to explain it to you in just a minute why I'm doing it. You don't have to worry too much about this cutting, by the way, because it is going to be stitched over and all that kind of stuff. So, the next step is we're going to put the foam on. Okay, so.
Chris Yo says just add a star to the top, were you?
Yeah, I don't think it's even gonna show, for sure. So, forgot what I was gonna say. Blah. Oh, the craft foam. So you can buy embroidery foam. I can't get my hands on any here. I don't know what the difference is, but I had a very difficult time picking out all the little pieces. So the idea of the craft foam is that it makes it puffy. So puffy foam, not craft foam. But I couldn't get the pieces out, and I wanted to show you my selection of tweezers. So these are all Cricut tweezers. I just happen to have them. This is sometimes handy for picking stuff out or whatever. These ones were really good, except for they're weird because you're moving them in the opposite direction. It's kind of weird, but they were strong enough. Now these ones have, and you see there's a little hook on it and it's really sharp. And these ones work the best. I turned them upside down and used them as pickers, and that worked the best.
Until you pick your fingers with it, those hurt.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Use caution when using sharp items, Dawn. You should know that by now.
Oh, is that it?
So I left it. I gave up and I left it, and it doesn't look bad, but I'm going to change it a little bit on this one, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Hopefully it stitches out in the right order. So craft foam to match the color of your stitching. And by the way, you don't have to do white. I love it. It's a traditional look. And, you know, but you could use red, you could use green, you could use any color. Just make sure your craft foam matches. So let's go back to the desk, Dawn. Machine, Dawn. I'm tired. I haven't slept enough this week.
No.
I've been coming up with clamshell stuff. So you just want to set it on top. You don't have to do anything else other than that.
Where did you get the last tool that you showed?
They're all Cricut. So Michael's you can get at different places. And we're going to stitch over the craft foam. And it's doing it in a different order, so we're going to have to pick. The other one did the outside first. Maybe this will work out a little bit better. So it's doing all the smaller pieces with the craft foam.
It doesn't look like it's doing anything.
I know. Zoom in. Zoom. Normally it will do the outside. On the other one that I did, it will do the outside. But, oh, you can't see anything.
You can when you go in.
Okay.
Not a lot.
I guess I could have used another color. Maybe we'll see it on the other camera better. Just everything's white. I didn't think of that. I can change. Should I change thread colors? No. You can see it once it's done. But it perforates the craft foam, so technically it should be easy. This one might be easier because it might not be that small. So usually I was saying it does this. So notice there's a little bit of a different sound as it's stitching through the foam. And what I want to do is I just really want the outside to be the craft foam and the inside just to be regular stitching, so I don't have to pick it out. So for some reason it started on this part, which is fine for sure, but I can see on my luminaire that it's all supposed to be on the craft foam because there's two steps that are the same color. So the first step is with the puffy foam, and the second step is just straight on it. So I just don't want to pick stuff. So craft foam, puffy foam, whatever foam designs are digitized specifically for puffy foam. So the stitches are a little bit looser so that you get some loft, I guess. So you get some height in it. And it's kind of fun to do. And you can, if it's digitized properly, you can do big stitches, big, thick layers, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat how it works, and it's an awesome technique. I just don't want to pick stuff out. So I'm just gonna change it up. The final result is really nice. And you know what? Puffy foam is a really nice way of finishing something and making it look a little different. Because these stitches are gonna, stand out a little bit more. And I really like it. It's kind of fun, especially for the thick icing around it. So
that's just regular craft foam, right?
Yeah, that's why I keep calling it craft foam. Now, I don't know if there is actually a difference between the embroidery, like specifically designed for embroidery, craft foam, puffy foam, or this one, but I've heard some very prominent people say it's the exact same thing. You just pay more for it. So this is what I use. This is about the only thing I use on my machine that isn't specifically designed for embroidery. So, just saying. Doing it in pieces. I love this. So, I think it is going to do the other part of the tree after this. And then I'm going to stop and show you how easy it is to take the foam off instead of leaving it for the diddly bits. It's kind of cool because it just tears off.
So Carolyn was asking, you can't just use any design. It has to be designed for puffy foam.
It has to be designed for puffy foam. So if you want to use puffy foam on a regular design, you're not going to be able to tell because the stitches are going to pull it flat.
Yeah.
So puffy foam, it's digitized in a different way. So it has room to puff up sort of thing. So in answer to that, and that's a very good question, by the way, you have to have a specifically digitized design, and that includes fonts, by the way. Puffy foam fonts are gorgeous when you do them. Have you done any?
No, I haven't. I'd like to, though.
Yeah, they look really good. And I love how Anita Goodesign incorporates this technique into a lot of their designs. It's in the right spot because you want that icing to look thicker.
Yep.
And it's neat. And we will compare. I'll turn it sideways and hopefully I can get a good view of it. And we can compare what it looks like. The difference. So, yeah. Is it digitized? Oh, yeah, there we go. Sorry. I've used both types of foam and they both work the same. I just don't buy really thick foam. No, I wouldn't use the really thick foam. It has to be digitized for that. So, I don't have a problem with it. I used it on my other machine, on a less expensive machine, and it's not breaking anything off of it. Like there's nothing going down into my machine, like if you were using plastic or whatever. So I think it's the same. Like I said, a couple of prominent people said it is exactly the same, and it costs a lot less.
Amy's got a good question.
What is the question? Could you use puffy foam for applique, or would it be perforated and fall out? You could use it on the satin stitches, but it has to be digitized specifically for it.
But to use thanks for asking to use the puffy foam actually as your applique material?
No, it's just going to fall apart. And I'm going to show you that. Good question. I am going to show you guys how easily it falls apart. It's kind of like using Mylar. It has to be covered with stitches, but stitches that have less, I guess, density or longer, that sort of thing, or more density, however you do it. But you can see, how close are we? You can see that it is squished down where it's stitched the satin stitches, and you could just tear this away, and I'm going to show you how you tear it away in a minute because I'm kind of changing it up again. I just want the outside and obviously this piece done with the puffy foam. So you could do it under an applique satin stitches, like the stitches that go around.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we've done that on Anita Goodesign. I can't think of what it was we did. I think stained glass something. I think. Yeah, you could see how, you could see the indentation there.
Ed's asking if you knew about the update coming out for the Luminaire in August.
Oh, I can't wait.
Luminaire 3.
I don't think it's gonna make it a Luminaire 3. It's been too soon for that. Plus, there's 2 upgrades on the machine,
Yeah.
1 and 2, and they seem to keep the same pattern. They did it for McDreamy as well.
Yeah.
So the machine comes out a couple years later. They put out an upgrade that changes everything, and then they put another one. And so, like 8 years, 5 to 8 years, then they put out a new machine. So this Luminaire is still pretty new. So it is time for an upgrade.
Yeah.
Kit 1, they call it on the machine.
What's it gonna be?
I'm so excited. The upgrades for McDreamy was thrilling, like a whole new hoop.
Yeah.
I was like, man. So I'm watching what we're doing here, and I think it's gonna stop and trim. Speedy Gonzalez at the end. It is. Now, it is set to stitch some more over the foam, but I want it to stop. So stop for sure. And we're going to go back to the desk, and I'm going to show you guys. Now, is that a good view there, Dawn?
Yeah.
I can't see it yet. So, this is what you do with the puffy foam. You can hear it even. You can hear it ripping. Isn't that cool?
It rips pretty easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I just had a hard time with the small parts. So I'm going to get rid of it all and just have the outside. But now, you see these little wispy edges? You can get rid of that quite easily with a little bit of heat. So I'm using these pointy ones, and the only thing is you got to be careful you don't grab some of the felt. So there we go. I just started a little bit, and I can use my finger, and I'm going to pull it apart. So we're not going to worry about the wispy bits quite yet. A little bit of steam or the whole bit. So this is what you want the tweezers for. You really want to get that little piece out. There we go. Hey, that went well. So then same thing for up here. Now the instructions do say that, you know, you don't remove the puffy foam for a little while, but like I said, I didn't care for it quite as much. See all these little pieces? Now I've pulled this one out, but I got to get these pieces out.
That's where it's handy for to have those.
Yeah, and that's what I had to do with the other one. There was so many, and this is what I ended up doing, is pulling a thread. Now I'm gonna have to be careful of that. It seems to catch on, but these are little pieces of foam. I'm glad they did it this way so I could show you guys, but I don't want to spend that long on my designs, so
It's just a little bit on that, so it's not too bad.
yeah, it's not too bad for this one. I was going for none, but I'll take a little bit. But you can see it's a bit fiddly. I mean, the effect is fantastic. So,
You can see how the satin stitches are standing up. You can tell in the video.
can you tell?
Yeah,
Like, they're really puffy.
because normally they'll lay flatter than that.
And that's the beauty of it. Oh, yeah, you can see that really well. Did you see the puff? It would be awesome. 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 It's a great look. All right, let's go back to the machine. And like I said, we'll neaten that up. And now, without the puffy foam, I don't have to worry about anything getting stuck. It's still going to look good. It's just going to be lower. It's not going to be as lofty. But I think that'll be fine. So we're talking about the upgrades. I mean, I don't know. I want to be clear about that. I don't have any inside information or anything. That's my guess. I kind of would be mad if they came out with a 3 because I just bought this. Had it for a year or 2 years, a year. So, yeah. Who knows?
Can you reuse your other pieces of foam?
Yeah, as long as it covers over. So this piece, where are we here? So this piece, if you had smaller foam, yeah, you could use it. You could use it if you wanted. As long as it's big enough and would cover up what you want. So, you know, it would work. Maybe a monogram font would use the smaller bits. Yeah, maybe. Anything like that, or, you know, 1 or 2 letters, for sure. I think it would work really well. So, yeah, you can keep it. Keep a bin or a drawer, I always say, with your little bits in it. It's handy. And if you don't have a big sheet of white and you just want one little bit, then, yeah, that'll be perfect.
Susan's asking if you think the picking out would be a little bit less if you used a different needle or a new needle.
No, it's the foam. It didn't perforate enough. That's what it is, so. Or, I guess my problem was I kept getting it caught on the felt and ripping, so I think maybe I need some magnification and a good light. I was thinking that a blow dryer would make it easier. You could use a blow dryer to get rid of all those wispy edges, but you really don't want to melt it. You don't want to melt it. You really don't want to. You could use a steam iron without touching it on it, and the heat from the steam will kind of pull those little biddly bit pieces back, but you don't want to press it because you don't want to flatten it, because you've done all this work to make it puffy. If that makes any sense. What? Okay, so here's the question of the day. If in fact there is going to be a Luminaire 3, which I will curse loudly if there is.
Please no, because I have to put up with that.
Yeah, like that's difficult, Dawn. You just shut your door. What on earth could they do to improve it? Like to make it, like the difference between 2 and 3, 1 and 2 was huge, the projector. Like
Yeah,
that's
much
a
more can they
huge.
actually do? It's pretty cool as it is.
If it dusts my house and does dishes,
It'll do your housework with
Yeah.
embroidery.
yeah. So I can't. I can't.
Shirley
I
says
can't imagine.
Sorry, Shirley says she's found that when you use embroidery foam, it tears a little bit easier.
Okay, well that might be the foam to use for this project, and maybe that's how you can use the foam on all these parts. If you don't have it, like I wouldn't know where to buy embroidery foam.
None of our stores carry.
No, I've never actually seen it. So I just kind of, use what I can. Use
And
what
it's
you've
not-
got.
It's not that bad to tear out. It's maybe a
No,
little
but
more
all
difficult.
these pieces here are supposed to be puffy foam.
Yeah.
And that's the picking problem I had. So, you know what? You can just kind of bend the rules a little bit, and I don't think anyone's really gonna notice. I get mine on Amazon. I've never actually seen it on Amazon. Amazon is a fantastic resource for everything.
Yeah, you can get just about anything.
Just about anything, yeah. I don't know if you guys saw, but Missouri Star had a Black Friday sale. Booyah. I got lots of good stuff. Yardage.
Shopping?
I went shopping. I went shopping
didn't
without
tell
ya.
me.
I did tell you. I showed him and he said, "Oh my God, that's a good deal." Like, yeah, I know.
I know how much that fabric costs.
Ooh.
I do fabric shopping.
Woohoo! I know, right? I know. I'm on their site bouncing back and forth and see sulky embroidery foam. Yeah, Amazon Canada is a little bit different from yours.
It's missing stuff.
It always has been.
Other stuff that we don't get on.
Yeah. You can, however, go to the US site, and if they ship it to Canada, then you can do it that way. All right, well, I'm going to check that out, and then we can do an experiment. I think that will be fun. What?
We have Prime. Does Prime work if you buy off the US site too?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to do one-day delivery, but
No.
you get it pretty quick. For sure. So, okay, that is a future goal. When we're done with the video, I am going to look and see if I can find some, and then we'll compare. So, I think I used the embroidery foam for 3D puff-on hats. I purchased it from Coleman. Gunold also carries it. Yeah, Gunold. I never thought of Gunold, but they always make me buy huge amounts, and I don't want huge amounts.
Half the time when we order from Gunnell, depending on what it is, it comes out of BC and not Toronto, so
That doesn't matter.
it takes longer.
It takes a while to come across Canada. It's almost 2 weeks sometimes.
I know, you'd think they'd fly it instead of driving it across, but
Well, it's a big country, I guess, so I am excited. When is it? Did you say August?
that's what they were saying.
Oh, I've read a lot of posts. People are speculating and kind of, making guesses, and I don't know what it's going to be. Like I said, I really don't have any inside information on it. As soon as it comes out, hopefully we can get it. We'll see how good our sewing machine place is. That place where you get good prices for the machines, but that's it.
Laurel, I said the fabric in Canada, the prices are crazy. You're not wrong.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I almost cry every day when I see Missouri Star, the deal of the day, and I look at it and I think, oh, I wish I could, like a 10 layer cake, gorgeous layer cake for $20. I would buy a ton here.
Even the fabric I buy for the business is expensive, and it's not fancy or anything like you're using. It's just plain stuff.
I know. What thickness of Gunold or other puffy foam? I wouldn't get the very thick, and I wouldn't get the very thin. So go for whatever. I think 3mm kind of just pops into my head. I think that would be your best guess. Okay, so there is a color change. So after this part that we just did here, you would take off the puffy foam. So just so you know, I took it off early, but that's okay. So now we're stitching. This is the second color change, but it's the same color that I was telling you guys about. And these are just tiny little details. They look great, but tiny little details. Tiny. That is a beautiful design. I bought sulky puff foam, but have never used it. Now I will. That design pack is on sale for a good price. It is actually a fantastic price. I think it's something like 50% off. And you can see the designs are very detailed, very delightful. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're very pretty.
So I kind of like how this turned out, that the outside is puffy and the inside, it's still thick,
But less puffy.
but less puffy, and I don't have to pick anything. So we will find out what the issue is. I would love to own a luminaire, but I can't justify the expenditure. Yeah, well, they're not cheap. They're not cheap. The only reason why I was able to get one is I sold McDreamy. I don't know if you guys remember, but we put McDreamy up for sale thinking it would take a long time. And then because of supply issues, the luminaire, Captain Jack, took longer to come in. So
There were a couple of weeks with it.
yeah, McDreamy sold really quickly, and we were like, yay! And then the next day the guy called and said, hey, it's going to be late. We're like, no! What am I going to do without a machine? It was torture. I was at a fabric store the other day to get batiks that were on sale. They were $24 a meter sale price for batiks. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
that's not a good sale price.
I know. So, following with the instructions, I'm going to show you the stitch, but I'm not going to stitch any more of it. I'm going to skip ahead. You would put the high loft batting on the back, and then it's going to do these really cute little tack down kind of stitches just to hold it down and still leave the puff. But there's no point in doing that. Like, for me, there's no point doing that. So that's what it is. It's just a couple of stitches back and forth to tack it out. But I don't actually have any. So we're just going to skip. And we're going to go, oops, sorry. Lift my foot. There we go. Back to the desk, and we're going to prepare this. So I am just, because it's what I have, I am just going to use regular batting and then another piece of felt. But before I do that, I almost forgot. We want to put our ribbon or lace. I thought the lace looked really pretty. I think that looks good. It almost fits perfectly in there. So I'm just going to put it down like that. Use masking tape or washi tape, anything like that. That'll be good enough. Even if this part folds back, we're not going to stitch it. So that is good for the batting. And I'm going to check there and there. We should be good. So I'm just checking to make sure I'm not playing chicken. I would almost feel comfortable getting a bigger piece, but, you know, I won't. That'll be pretty close. Okay, so that should be pretty good. And I am going to tape this all down. So the next step is going to tack all this layer down. If it was only one layer, I don't usually, use all the tape. Remember also, when you're working on the back of the hoop, you don't want to push down too hard, especially with tearaway, because at this point, you don't want to rip anything. So I lightly tape it and put it over, and then see, you can make it contact better here. You can see right through it. So I should be good. I'm just gonna feel a bit. Good, and pretty good. Okay, let's go back to the machine, Dawn, and let's get this sewn down. Yay! So this is just holding the back on. And then all we have to do is some pretty stitches along the outside here. And this outside line becomes our cutting line. So that's why I said to you, don't worry too much about cutting this, because we want to cut on the inside of this cutting line so the stitches don't show. So then it looks like you did an amazing job of cutting it out. So, isn't that awesome? And here we go with the final stitches. And if you're using a different color, change your bobbin. But luck be with me, luck have it, I don't have to change the bobbin because I actually have white in my bobbin. It's bound to work out for me eventually, right? Because you want the back to look pretty. So, awesome. I think Dream is probably better than XJ1 as a camera. Yeah, what's the new... The Dream Machine is discontinued. Stellaire? Stellaire. That's the new Dream Machine, just by the way. I think. You only live once and you can't take it with you. Yeah, you know what? That is exactly my attitude when I said, you know, when the Luminaire came out. I had to wait a little bit, but I said, you know what? Might as well. Might as well. Bells and whistles are awesome. I don't know. No other word for that. Just awesome. And I just kept thinking of all the videos I can make with the camera. And I thought of the Stitch Delight Dream Big panel, all that kind of stuff. So I am excited about the upgrades. I can't wait to see what they do. It can't be a bigger hoop, but maybe it'll be a in-between hoop. I actually really miss my 9.5 by 9.5 hoop from McDreamy. I have a 10.5 by 10.5, but it seems to be dreadfully annoying. So, yeah. Yeah. And guess what? We're done.
Happy music?
Yep. So everyone can take notice that I didn't trim anything, and I'm not even going to bother pulling off the tape. I'm going to get my good Tula Pink scissors because we're going to be cutting through a lot of layers. See, we did get a certain amount of puff going on. I'm going to pop it out of the hoop, and this is where we take it from messy to perfection. So what you want to do, good scissors, what you want to do is cut on the inside of this line. So right now I have it cut on the outside and you can see it, but we want to cut, and you can use pinking shears if you want as well. So I'm just going to cut on the inside so none of those threads show, and keeping in mind that your ribbon's right there. You don't want to be cutting through your ribbon, so I'm just going to go right to here. And you could see, all right, I needed to do that a little bit more, but you can just pull out the stitches if you want. I was a little off on that. Wow.
Can you bring it down a little bit?
I'm struggling. There we go. Much better. So you want to get it, you know, kind of straight as you can. How about here? That's comfy for me.
Yeah. So
nice sharp scissors. Again, we're going through a lot of layers here. And as always, just seriously take your time with it, because look how great it looks when you do it right. You don't want to
make a wrong cut.
Yeah, too big is okay, but if you cut it too small, I mean, no one's actually gonna notice. I might want to round that off a little bit. Just do the basic cut first, and then we can go back and make it a little neater. If you wanted to use a ruler and a rotary cutter, you can as well. But I just want to get these parts done. I'm going to neaten up this side. I'm not happy with my results. Let's see if I can do a better job here. I don't know how I messed up that first one so badly, but I did. That's okay. But it gives it like almost a die cut kind of look. Now remember your ribbon. I'm going to flip it. Ooh, can't get through that. Flip it to the back. And when you cut out for the ribbon, having a little trouble getting through it, my goodness. We are going to have to take off a little bit of tape. But you want to make sure you don't cut your ribbon off. If you were to cut here, that's what you'd be doing. Hands up for how many people have done that. It kind of sucks.
You did some Merrily videos, right? Or one?
I've done one, yeah, to show Merrily around. It's awesome.
Susan said she just bought the Merrily, so
Yay! Oh,
she was looking for a video.
There is, yeah, in the Brilliance tab you can find it. So what I do, because I really don't want to mess it up, I pull back my backing parts here, and I just kind of cut, and then I'm going to cut to connect here. So I'm just doing the two.
Yeah, you don't want to cut your ribbon.
No, I've done it, and it's really maddening. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So again, just cutting through the two. Not really worried too much about the lines or anything, because I'm going to tidy that up once I get this apart. And because I'm using lace and it's pretty thick, that's why I'm struggling a little bit. So hopefully we got that. Looks like a disaster, but I am going to make it better in just a couple of cuts. But look how great that looks. Doesn't that look awesome? It's good enough, I think, for like a gift. I would say, seriously, you could send this to someone. You could put, you know, a monogram or initials on it or something like that. And I think it would look fantastic. It's definitely a Christmas tree worthy design for sure. So, ooh, let me take these off. So look at this. I did snip the ribbon a little bit, but that's going to be
Down a little bit.
that's going to be easy to fix. You can see I snipped it a little bit. But a couple of stitches on the sewing machine and fold it back. It would probably look better anyway, so I can do that. And if you do it like this and you miss a little spot, you could just pull these stitches off. But doesn't that look good?
Lady Fair says adorable gift.
I think so. I'm going to put steam on it to get rid of, but can we see the loftiness of it? You can see how much this stands up.
Let me do a zoom in. Yep.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Isn't that cool? And even though I don't have the high loft batting, the back of it still looks really good. It's puffy and kind of thick. It looks like something, you know, your grandma would make. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to, you know, fix these corners and make it look a little bit better and neater. And I'm going to go to the sewing machine and put a couple of stitches right there, just some white. You won't be able to even see it. And fix my ribbon because it was too thick. And pick the rest of this out. So yeah, puffy foam. It rocks, guys. It absolutely rocks. What a gorgeous design. If you don't have felt, you can just use fabric. But isn't that something, Dawn?
It is.
You can add bling, but look how cute that would be. Look how cute that would be on the tree.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
That's
cute?
awesome.
Yeah, it's
Now the
really...
tree looks really good with the house.
Yeah, it does. It does. And there's a whole bunch of different houses and a whole bunch of trees. Well, I think there's 3 or 4. So awesome. So, thanks everyone for watching. Happy Christmas in July. I'm so excited about these. I might even make some more because it's only one color and it's easy to do. And I love the puffy foam. So I think they look very professional, very beautiful. So thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you like the video, share it with all your embroidery friends, and let them know how much you love this project. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Bling or no bling? That is the question.